back here, where you have to walk on this big sword. It's time to lie down in the nest.
You are so beautiful, so full of talent. I really understand why Self decided that your life should take a turn.
Yes, you're quite appetizing, but you're not here for compliments.
What do I have to do?
You'll shed unnecessary baggage.
A bond that needs to be severed.
In other words, you'll butcher someone. Or be the butchered one.
Don't worry, I think you'll manage. Luth is probably eager to meet you too. He's surely full of pride.
Yes, perhaps we shouldn't keep those birds waiting. We've kept him here quite long enough. He might be getting bored.
Only if our guest has no more questions.
Who are you two?
Who are we, dear sympathy?
Who are we, dear trickster?
No one special. Bit like you, guest.
Don't say that. We have meaning after all. Once we were crows. My companion walked the path of self. I followed the path of war. I thought I was destined to serve as a priest in the name of Badb.
Plans change.
Plans do change indeed.
Tell me more about Self.
Incredible. You won't see Self in action. No one ever does. Self is that good.
Stop it. I'm getting jealous.
Tell me more about War.
The High Priest of Badb. One of the most distinguished to ever hold the title. He taught me many things, including that a child of Morrigan can exist without a body. Thanks to his teachings, Trickster and I were able to survive.
You give him far too much credit.
Why did you end up in a place like this?
We botched the task entrusted to us.
But we also showed creativity. We transferred our essence to this place.
Morrigan decided we were quite the spectacle. She allowed us to continue existing, but only here.
Without a physical, tangible form. We observed the outside world through the many pairs of crow eyes it offers us.
Where am I?
In the House of Madness.
Stop saying such nonsense, Trickster. This is a place, dear fledgling, that was once home to Morrigan herself. She let in a little light and allowed us to dwell here. Since then, we've taken to hosting talented fledglings, or Morrigan's favorites. Those who, for some reason, were meant to find their way into the void.
Favorites? Makes you wonder why War hasn't visited us in so long.
Luth, why do I have to kill him?
Did you know that young cuckoos sometimes push other chicks out of the nest? For a moment, you'll become just like that cuckoo.
This will help you grow up a little.
What if I don't want to fight with Luth?
Oh dear. I think even Luth would be disappointed. He was expecting an exciting fight.
Me too.
I want to leave this place.
Eventually, you will.
Alive or not?
I don't have any more questions. I'll be going.
Yes, a fight.
Finally, something interesting.
I'll keep my wings crossed.
No dialogue? But I'm zapping him because he's an enemy. Why do we have to fight? Oh, I love this. So we're fighting because I'm rising in the hierarchy? They trapped you here? Who are those I spoke to before? Let's fight. Well, there goes my loot. I'm not reloading. Don't care. I think he had that mask. 50% damage and attack speed, but it's all good. Attacks have 10% chance to apply slow. Critical hits have 80% instead.
So you've returned. Did you have a nice nap? Was the company to your liking?
Was entertaining.
I'm glad to see you're fitting in so well, even among our most unique company. I personally am very fond of Sympathy and Trickster. There's something admirable in the way they cling to existence. Sometimes I wonder if they do it purely out of spite. I hated every second of it. Sympathy and Trickster are an acquired taste, to be sure, but they serve as a lesson in what it truly means to be a child of Morrigan. Even in failure, even in death, we can still have our uses.
Do you have any more tasks?
Me? Not as such. What I do have for you is a meeting. Perhaps the most important one of your life. You are to meet with War, the High Priest of Bardb. The rest will be in his hands, and most importantly, in yours. That is all I can tell you. Now go, my fledgling. And may Morrigan's wings shield you from enemy eyes.
Welcome, child of Morrigan. Now you stand before her presence, ready to receive the highest honor.
You seem familiar. Vidar?
I went by that name once, yes. Now, you see me as the embodiment of war, one of the three holy aspects of the goddess Morrigan. Ask your questions, child, before the time comes to fulfill our goddess's will.
Why did you deceive me?
You stand before the goddess of war, death, and destruction, and you're surprised that I used deception to test your dedication. I thought your time with the children would have taught you that the ends justify the means. My purpose has always been to recruit only the most worthy followers.
What if I had killed Self and the other children?
Then you would have proven they were unworthy. If a hatchling could overcome a crow and its fledglings, then they weren't fit to serve Morrigan. You would have purged our ranks, and I would have found new devotees. It wouldn't be the first time a high priest took such measures.
Self sent me here for my next task.
What do you take me for, child? A mercenary commander. Serving Morrigan is no common duty. It's a calling you feel, or don't. And only the most faithful may stand before Morrigan's presence.
My actions prove my faith.
Your actions are meaningless if the Corax hasn't revealed itself to you. The Corax is Morrigan's herald, a promise of liberation. The Corax's appearance is a sign that it's time for the children to step from the shadows and declare their dominion over Avalon. And I know the Corax favors you most often. Such is Morrigan's will.
So you want children to reveal themselves and take control of the island?
Precisely. For too long, we've lurked in the shadows, preventing Morrigan from claiming her rightful throne among the gods. We've ruled Avalon for centuries, guiding its fate according to our goddess's will. So why shouldn't we openly claim what's already ours? Imagine it, child. All united under Morrigan's banner. A supreme goddess who cares for her followers, unlike the absent All-Mother. We'll bring peace on our terms, with Morrigan's blessing.
How do you know that's Morrigan's will?
Indeed, I have faith, but no certainty. And since it's you who has the honor of witnessing the Corax, I'll send you as an emissary before our goddess. Seems she has chosen you for this communion, and I humbly accept her will. Find out what our goddess requires of us, and I will ensure her will becomes law.
So I'm to meet Morrigan's Corax? Where?
I've seen it in a vision. The nest. Where your meeting will take place. Listen well, for her words are sacred, and return swiftly to bring me her will. May Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes.
Back to nest. Oh yeah.
I called, and here he is. The king, torn to shreds, pieced back together.
What do you want from me?
Decide. The paths of self. Whispers in the shadows. Wings gliding silently on the wind. Crow eyes. Watching. Patient. Or the path of war. The wild screech. An open assault. Beaks and claws. Blood.
If I choose one, what happens to the other?
They die by your hand. Their paths cannot merge, like day and night, like breath and scream. One must yield to the other.
Does it matter which path I take?
You ask a crow what it prefers? Warm blood or cold carrion? The crow feeds on what fate delivers. All will fall into my claws when the time comes.
I choose path of war. Your children should rise.
Then so it shall be. 100 beaks will tear the sky. Blood will flow. Let the crows feast on the fallen. Start with self's corpse. It will sharpen their hunger.
Then I'll do path of self.
Speak. What is the will of the goddess?
Let the children of Morrigan rule the world. I have sacrificed self.
So, it is done. The children of Morrigan shall emerge from the shadows and soon take dominion over Avalon in honor of the great Morrigan. You are the voice and will of our goddess, and for fulfilling her will, I bow my head to you, my crow.
And that's it. Now I'll do the other one. I choose the path of self. Your children should remain in the shadows.
So be it. Walk the path of silence. The wind will carry your whispers. The enemy will not see you. War will not sense your blade. Bury it deep in his back.
Speak. What is the will of the goddess?
Morrigan does not permit the children to reveal themselves. I must kill you.
What is this? You dare lie to the High Priest to fulfill Self's traitorous will? I see through you. You blaspheme. For Morrigan's will has always been to seize dominion over the world, and I cannot be mistaken in interpreting her signs.
You're right, this is my decision. Morrigan allowed me to make it.
You... How dare you? How dare you defy the will of the priest, mere fledgling? Let Morrigan drink your blood.
You did splendidly, my crow. Tell me, did you truly speak with Morrigan?
Yes, she allowed me to decide as I see fit.
That's surprisingly reassuring, I must admit. Honestly, I thought Morrigan was more of a myth than an actual goddess guiding us. I'm almost envious, Crow. I can't recall anyone in the history of the children who's spoken with a goddess face to face.
What happens now?
I will guide the children of Morrigan in the way we've always known. In the shadows that protect us. In the shadows, we are safe. We can focus on what truly matters. Building security and creating stability in these chaotic, unpredictable times. And I suggest you do the same. Act with wisdom and prudence in your decisions, so that you may forever remain a child of Morrigan. And remember, you'll always have a place here from now on. May Morrigan's wings forever shield us from prying eyes. Somehow, that sounds truer now.
And there it is. Let's see the set. Nice. Crit damage 50%, attack speed 50. Nice, nice. Attack regenerates stamina, sneak damage. Crit damage 30%. Crit chance by 20%. Decreases noise by 30%. Sneak damage by 50%. I like these boots. My carry weight is fine. And it's time to do main quest to attend the moot. Regarding the moot.
Yes? Who have you managed to convince?
Everyone.
This pleases me greatly. The Svein are the finest scouts this land has ever known. Their skills will be invaluable in the war, and in shaping Avalon afterward. Allow me, in return for your effort and intervention, to return this piece of armor to you. It will improve your chances in the trials of the King's threat.
King Arthur's gauntlets.
How did you manage to convince the Twyde tribe? They've always kept to themselves, no matter the hardships we faced. You've done the impossible, and I want to give you an artifact the Twyde tribe once guarded. Here, a part to the King's armor they were tasked with guarding. It will aid you as you face the challenges of the King's threat. Could it be that the Volker have uncovered the truth about Mother? Unbelievable. Of all the tribes, I thought the Volker would be the least likely to show. Take these pieces of the King's armor, once guarded by the Volker. A gift in return for the help you gave him. May they serve you well in the King's threat. You have no idea how glad I am that the threat of Tryggve has passed, and that they've managed to appoint a new chieftain. The members of the Ulfred tribe are always the first to fight. Their strength and endurance are unmatched. Without them, we could forget about any real war effort, especially against Camelot. So, allow me to offer you a gift in thanks for aiding their tribe. A unique piece of our King's armor, forged by Ulfr himself, the very forefather they take their name from. Go now, my king, and reclaim your crown. All the tribes can do now is patiently wait for your return.
Whisper. Let's see the set. When damage is taken, physical damage, spell power, attack speed, and critical damage increases by 5%. Effect disappears after 5 seconds from the last hit. You deal increased damage to 4 dweller enemies. Critical hits restore mana. Crit chance when your health is low. You have 1% chance to instantly kill an enemy if he has less than 50% health. Increases critical chance when your health is below 50%. And 4 dweller damage. Critical damage by up to 100% depending on the missing health. You deal increased damage to 4 dwellers. Well. Looks cool. Especially with those pants. Love it. What do you think of the moot and its consequences?
Now you ask me, when it was your choices and actions that led to those consequences. You managed to unite all of the Dalrita. That is no small feat, especially considering they tend to fight each other when they have no one else to battle. Gerfana should be pleased.
I think my carry weight is fine. Let's go in. It's time. King's Retreat. Ashen Vow. I love how he's just standing there waiting. Crucible Wand. Multiply spell power by 0.5. Spells deal 10% of their max mana cost as damage to the user. Transforms after killing 40 enemies with spells. Kinda wanna try it. And see what it transforms into. Or it would be best to kill enemies that are easy, like in the first area, and then see what it will transform into. I need to see what's this way before I fall down. Okay, so this... Okay. I can get there from another side. Question is, what's here? Oh. Okay, I can also get here from the other side. So I want to go this way. And then fall down. Watcher's Mantle. You're 50% less visible when stationary out of combat. That's where I'm gonna go, but I'll go there from here. Blocking and parrying increases critical hit chance by 25% for 4 seconds. Critical hits decrease block cost and parry cost by 50% for 4 seconds.
his burden, the man beneath the myth.
Bind the soul?
I am the face that time forgot, the name that was never enough.
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them?
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit! You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
Oh, stop with your excuses already! You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. To Seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
I can enter the King's Threat dungeon.
Now I remember it all. I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything is in ruin. Everything I struggled to build is corrupted. This land, it had a glorious past, but it has no future. There is no way to save it.
You were right about Dalriata.
And what if my decision cost them the ability to grow? What if instead of helping them become better, I forced them to stay set in their ways? I may have been right about the diagnosis, but now I see that I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was insatiable. I had to do something. This felt like the only choice.
What was that about giants' children?
The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, under cover of night, the tribes stole their children. I told the giants their offspring were our hostages, and that we would slaughter them if they refused to bend the knee. One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war, both for me and for the Del Rita.
Didn't expect Caradoc to care about something.
Caradoc had the clearest eyes of any of us. He saw things for what they were. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him into this. And now he's only a shadow of the man I once knew. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance.
What was that about Pendragons?
I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage drenched in as much blood as that of the Del Rita. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build anything that withstood the test of time. I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four-Dwellers and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed. There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood, my soul, my name. And the land devoured it all. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I cut down the men who fought for me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. And all I built was another ruin. I thought I was forging a future. I was just extending the fall.
So the crown. What do we do about the giants?
Do what you want. There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions, destroyed. Why bother?
Once and future king, you return. Speak your will through the mortal you now inhabit. Is it time for us to awaken?
Yes, I order you to march on Camelot. You will lead Dalriata tribes.
The Del Rita have long been our allies. Through their eyes, we have watched your kingdom fall into corruption. Camelot will fall. Your will shall be done.
Time to leave. The helmet. Activating King's Soul fully restores health, stamina, and mana. When using King's Soul, your physical damage and spell power increase by 50%. When using King's Soul, your actions do not cost mana or stamina and do not use up to normal quality ammunition. Killing enemies restores a portion of King's Soul. Spirit. Guess I'll go for crit damage. I'm gonna leave all of this that I got. After gaining 10 charges, pushing with a shield creates fire explosion, dealing damage and burning nearby enemies. King Arthur Crown increases strength, dexterity, perception, practicality, and spirituality by 5. Not bad. Now it's time to do a tomb. Should be here.
You. I wasn't expecting such a grandiose visit, my king, and I see that you were brought here by some lad. That's kind of you, stranger. But you'll have to pardon the mess. These halls ain't fit to welcome a king, nor the one who bears him within.
Who are you?
Ah, right. Sometimes I forget that not everything's as clear as it once was. Truth be told, I tend to lose sight of a few important things myself. But to the point. My name is Gavonin. I'm a craftsman, a blacksmith, and the keeper of this place. The pleasure is mine, kind lad. And your grace, of course.
What is this place?
This, kind lad, is the tomb of the knight who never came. There was once a grim legend that claimed this tomb was built out of fear. Fear of an ancient curse Morgana cast upon Arthur. She foretold that all the great knights who were denied the king's favour and honours would rise at the end of days as an army of the dead. They would march on Camelot, seize the capital, shatter the Round Table to dust, defile the royal relics, and from the ruins, forge a kingdom of their own. But those are just stories from the old days.
How do you know that I carry the king?
This tomb opens only for 2 kinds of brave souls. Knights who were never granted a seat at the round table, and the king himself. I've been sitting here long enough to know what kind of knight visits the tomb. And your visit is unlike any other.
Can you leave the place?
No, I would cease to be. I'm bound here by an oath I made to his grace. The one who now dwells within you, but is perfectly fine. It is my home, and so it shall remain for all time.
You mentioned that you're a craftsman, blacksmith, and a keeper of this place. What does that mean?
Anyone who finds their way here usually comes seeking eternal rest. And rest like that calls for a proper gravestone. I carve each one with my own chisel. They also bring battle-scarred equipment. My hammer mends what needs mending, so it will serve them well in the land of the dead. And the dead? Well, they need a keeper. Someone to watch over them when unrest stirs. Believe me, those who chase glory in life don't always lie in peace.
Do you need any help?
Really kind of you, lad, but no. Or, well, maybe there is something. You see, I once made a habit of carving gravestones in advance, so that any knight arriving here could choose the one beneath which they'd rest for eternity. Unfortunately, I've misplaced me chisel. It slipped and fell all the way into the depths. Clang, clang, clang. If you could find it, I would be most grateful.
What about those who don't rest in peace?
If we do not speak of them, then we won't stir their slumber. The dead prefer silence. Best not to call their names.
So you're saying that nobody has visited the tomb in all these years?
Aye. Fewer nights these days, and even less knighthood to speak of. No wonder there's so few of them come. Such are the times we live in. Hope you find something worth your time.
Weapon applies chill. Physical attacks regenerate mana. Burning. Increases movement speed multiplier by 5%. I'll take that. There we go. I removed the XP gem for the move speed.
kept us waiting. Your tomb's gathered quite a lot of cobwebs and spiders. Best tidy up a little before you settle in for eternity.
You were waiting for me?
Ah, of course. Of all the forgotten knights who never came, you stand closest to the king. When you finally join us, you'll tell us what it was like to hear his voice, to share so many battles by his side. I won't deny my envy, but in death, you'll be our equal. And then we'll speak as comrades.
You assume that I will fail and die?
I've no need to assume. Everyone dies, sooner or later. But yes, you're right. I suppose I had already decided your mission, whatever it may be, was bound to fail. Perhaps I was mistaken. Forgive me.
What are you doing here?
I've been resting in a tomb for the past 3 centuries, so not much, really. I've been resting in a tomb for the past 3 centuries, so not much, really. Unless, of course, you're pointing out that I'm not in my own grave. In which case, fair enough. But what can I say? I do enjoy the occasional posthumous strolls.
How did you die?
I came to this tomb of my own accord, as did many of us. I knew our time was drawing to a close. The gates opened, and so I entered. I had a few words with Govanon and then headed to the crypt prepared for me. With my own gravestone on my back, I treated it as my penance.
Penance for what?
Sometimes, when men want something badly enough, they're capable of truly awful things. I killed 5 knights. Each one stood higher than me in the race for a seat at the round table. 4 I cut down during a tournament. The last I drowned in a river. He was drunk as a skunk, didn't even comprehend what was happening. Quite the burden to repent for, wouldn't you say?
What do you think about Govanon?
Fine lad. If someone's to watch over my corpse, I'm glad it's him. I imagine long ago he had more to do. It's been a while since anyone new passed through.
Sir Vass, the king and I want your service. Will you join us?
I see. You pity the wretch who never reached his dreams. How noble of you. Truly. But I propose something fairer. Let's test it. Your cause, my worth. If I lose with dignity, I am all yours. If you still consider me a good candidate for service, but if you fall, then you'll lie in the tomb that's been waiting for you since before you drew your first breath. So, what do you say?
I accept.
Splendid. Let's begin. Lost. Oh, how I missed that rush. As I promised, I'll serve the 2 of you. Here is my oath. I shall be ready to fight at your side whenever you should call upon me. Thank you.
Summon Sir Vast. When you hit an enemy with melee attack, your next ranged attack has 66% increased damage. When you hit an enemy with a ranged attack, your next melee attack has 66% increased damage. There's the chisel. Increases attack speed and crit chance. Origin potion. You have 50% chance to create explosion after killing enemy, burning all other enemies within 5-meter radius.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the one who walks with him.
Found your chisel.
You did? I was starting to fear that one day I'd have to descend to the lower levels myself. I try not to go that deep. Makes me drowsy. Sometimes I feel like lying down in one of the empty tombs myself. Ha! Thank you. It is a great honor to receive aid from the king and his companion. Here, take this. I hope you both will find it useful.
Ashen Veil. I met the ghost of Sir Vast. He said that one empty grave is for me.
Ah, Sir Vast still lingers then. I'm not surprised. Some knights wear death like a cloak, and even the grave forgets to close behind them. As for the empty grave, every soul that walks this tomb finds their name carved somewhere. It doesn't mean the end is near, only that the place remembers who you are, even if you forget. When the body finally rests in the grave, the epitaph completes itself. Safe travel.
Each missing point of health increases max stamina. Okay, physical damage. Stamina when health is low. Attack speed. Attack speed when stamina is below 50%. Increases sneak damage by 100%.
It must be hard to be denied what you believed was your destiny. To spend your life chasing the unattainable, only to die unfulfilled. It's no wonder they can't find peace.
There was a grave ready for me in the tomb of Knight who never came.
There's a grave ready for all of us somewhere. Though, maybe not all of us get to see it before it's our time. Did it frighten you? Such a stark reminder of your mortality.
I'm not sure if I want to rest with the others.
Why? Not your kind of company. Don't worry. I doubt anything could make you. You'll rest where you choose, or where you fall. Some souls are meant to wander longer, to carry the stories forward, rather than be buried with them. Whatever you decide, I'm sure Avalon will remember. Keep going. Avalon has more to show you.
Next one is... here. Should be there. It's right here. Love the music. Warden of Ashen Helm. Great Sword of Living Ice. Before I go in, I'm gonna check some stuff.
After everything I did for you, you won't even let me rest in peace.
I love that I'm zapping him. I don't think we met before.
I'm not talking to you, you mongrel. I'm speaking to the one hiding inside you, like a coward.
Let me speak to him, young one. Galahad, my friend, we come to you in our hour of need.
It wasn't enough to tamper with immortality on your own. You had to drag us into it too. Do you know, it was only after I died that I understood what you'd done. Becoming a Four-Dweller, Arthur. Really?
I've always valued your counsel, Galahad. But we were losing the war, and you were no longer at my side. I had no choice but to try becoming as powerful as they were.
Nonsense. There's always a choice, and you have made the worst one. How could you fraternize with the enemy? Go against everything we fought for? You're right. I wasn't there. If I had been, I'd have beaten you to death with my bare fists before letting you follow the advice of that old charlatan.
It was my choice, not Merlin's.
Keep telling yourself that. I know the truth. I always knew the old man was a manipulator, and you had too much on your shoulders to see what he was really doing.
I respect your opinion, Galahad. I only regret that we meet under these circumstances.
As do I. So, what now? You're taking my remains for a little trip, and I'm supposed to serve you again? Not that you're giving me a choice. If you take me from this place, my essence will be bound to your will.
I never really had a choice, did I? The war, your transformation, it would have happened with or without me.
Probably, yes. But now, at least we can see it through to the end.
Do what you want. It's not like I have a choice. This will be the last time you hear me fully aware.
Then, is there anything you want to say to me, Galahad?
Just one thing. May the weirdness take you, traitor.
Successfully blocking damage has 20% chance to restore 50% mana. Increases incoming healing by 200% when your health is below 10%. Increases melee retaliation by 15%. Stamina, stamina regen, stamina. Increases physical damage by 20%, attack speed by 20%, critical chance by 5. That's nice. Attack speed by 50% when your health is below 10%. Retaliation. Some stamina gloves. Physical damage when health is low. Retaliation. Attack speed, stamina. Not bad. Increases dash counter when stamina is below 50%. And retaliation. Again, counter. But this time when health is below 10%. And some stamina stuff. And with that, I am done. This was the final tomb in Forlorn Swords. And believe it or not, the time has come to finish the game. But before I do that, there's an expansion.
And so, it is done. Now everything rests in your hands. Their souls and the fate of Avalon.
What do you mean?
There is. But before I explain, understand this. I haven't lied to you. What we've done has helped. Those tormented souls and Avalon itself. But it's not the whole story. Arthur and his king still need to be released into the Wordness. I can make that happen. Not yet. But it's a choice you'll have to face when the time comes.
What happens if I choose not to?
Nothing. Avalon will go on, as it always has. But ask yourself, is that the right path? Should people live in fear of the Wordness, generation after generation? Should they carry on, haunted by an incomprehensible threat? Or should they be allowed to embrace it, to become part of it, without fear?
You want everyone to be like Picts?
No. I want them to be more. My people may be close to the wordness, but even we aren't immune to its more violent moods. What I want is for the people of Avalon to embrace the wordness, and for it to embrace them in return.
How would that work?
Arthur and his knights are the pillars of humanity in Avalon, and His Majesty's soul is unique, part human, part Four-Dweller. It's the best combination we could hope for, if we want to survive here. Releasing their souls into the wordness would leave a permanent mark of humanity on this land. The wordness wouldn't see us as intruders anymore, but as part of itself. Arthur and his knights worked tirelessly to make Avalon ours. This is their chance to finish what they started.
I'll think about it.
Thank you. That's all I ask. And before you go, there's one last thing I'd like to do. I hereby welcome you as a full member of the Royal Geographers. May you carry the legacy of Iryu the Farstrider and Eleanor Dunn. May your paths be clear, your burdens light, and may Avalon remember your name. Farewell, traveler. I hope our paths cross again.
Time to go back. There it is. The expansion area. Before I go in, let's talk. What do you think about Sir Vast?
Meeting him made me reflect on one thing. How many great knights were swallowed by their ambition to sit at the round table. Somewhere along the way, things must have gone terribly wrong. If men could kill one another for something that was meant to be an honor, I pity the lost knights of this world. I'm glad this one will have a chance to fight at his king's side and serve me, as he always wished to.
About Tomb of Galahad.
Galahad. I should have known he wouldn't be too happy about being brought back. But I hoped he'd died in peace, and would return in peace. I was wrong.
You two didn't get along, even when he was alive?
War isn't a time when you can afford likes and dislikes. Galahad was a great warrior. He made decisions no other commander dared to. But would he have been a good leader in times of peace? I doubt it. That's why news of his death in battle came as a relief to me. Men like him, once they gain momentum, are nearly impossible to stop. In that regard, he and Galahad the Pure were quite alike.
How did the first Galahad die?
He led a dangerous expedition, one of the most important of the Age of Conquest. Had it succeeded, the war might have ended much sooner, but it didn't. And so the fighting went on. After the war, I had his remains recovered and this tomb built. Over time, he came to be seen as a noble martyr. But who he really was, well, you've seen that for yourself. I regret the fate he met. Let's make sure his sacrifice wasn't in vain.
Fuel. And I'm gonna leave everything here.